but you're going nowhere. Nowhere's where you're at. And if you really can't deal with that, and if you really can't deal with that, go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. Dumber than a box of rocks thrown from the second floor. Sweeter than a box of chocolates that you bought at some expensive store. Take 'em back, I don't want 'em. I can't eat sweets anyway. Take 'em back, I don't need them. Give me my money anyway.
Burglars, and welcome to the part of the program where I talk about sensitive issues that only I understand. Have you ever heard of world peace? Yeah, there's no such thing, that's right. How about that IRS? They're wonderful folks. I can't say anything bad. This is a life-death matter and I'm gonna take it serious. Everything I say is gonna make a whole lot of sense. So you better be taking notes, my friend. First of all, there's gonna be a great big sale at Costco's. But you're not supposed to go, because when you check out, they're going to give you a stamp on your hand, and you're not gonna be able to wash it off for a week. That stamp is gonna say I'm a sucker, 'cause I fell for the sale of gravity. That's right, folks, gravity free with your purchase of a basketball. Gravity free with your purchase of a TV. Try to put that thing up on your shelf, it's gonna fall. And if you didn't get the extended warranty, you're out of luck. So good luck with you. I wish I hadn't told you. It would have been funny to see how many people got mad and tried to sue, but they got it all locked up in litigation. They know what they're doing. Screwing mom and pop America, all the Walmarts and the Costco's and the Sam's Clubs. They're making all their money off of us. The federal government could learn a thing or two from watching them and all the things they do. They make us give us their money. We just give them my money all day long. rest and relaxation, leisure time, hobbies. My hobbies are racing jaguars, while kitties and doggies look on from their kennels. They fancy feasting, begging strips. Only the best for my feline, canine spectators. I want them to feel comfortable, so I always do this indoors in my neighbor's living room. My neighbor's never home, and my neighbor hates my guts anyway. I sneak in through the back window that I figure out how to open. There's something wrong with the mechanism, you just lift it right up. When I have to bring equipment in, I slip through the back lanai, made a slit in the screen and move on in. I'm hoping there's no burglars, hoping there's no burglars, no burglars in a 50-mile radius of me, in a 50-mile radius of me. Go away, go back to Burglar Land and burgle yourself to death.